Hi parents, I wanted to send you guys another quick video on tonight's method. So a lot of the students in here have homework tonight. It took them a lot of time, so we've been doing this lesson for 2 days. Some of them are finished, some of them finished today, and then I have a small handful who brought homework tonight. So this is going to be on a quiz tomorrow, so I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up, show you the method that we're using, and maybe you guys can practice it tonight with your kids. This is very similar to the method that I sent out last week on partial quotients. The only difference is that it is by a 2-digit divisor. 5th grade across the board, talking to all the 5th grade teachers this year and last year, it seems like division takes a lot of time for just 5th graders in general. It's a new concept, there's a lot of steps, and hopefully this method makes it a little bit quicker for them. Initially, it seems like it might take a little bit of time because we have to create a help box, but once this help box is finished, the kids typically tend to breeze through this. So just like last time, we go ahead and write our division problem. We put our ladder on the outside all the way down, and then we're going to go ahead and create our help box. Since this is a 2-digit divisor, we can't start with a big number. We couldn't start with 100 because that's going to give us 5,200, and that's obviously too big. So I have the students start with the number 10. So we do times 10. We started with times 5, times 2, and times 1. We multiply always our divisor by these numbers, and then we fill them in. So then we can just grab from here, put the numbers we're multiplying by on the outside, and then add them up at the end. So I know that 10 times 52 is 520, and they should know by now that you just add a 0. And then 5 times 52 is 260. And then we're doubling it, times 2, it's going to be 104, and then times 1. So 520 is still a little bit far away, so I might have them multiply by a bigger number, like maybe 20 or 30. You could even go to 40. So we'll start with, let's just go between those numbers. So let's do 30 times 52. I noticed today that a couple students still get a little bit stuck on the 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication or 3 by 3, and that's just going to take a lot of practice. The more they practice both of these things, the faster they're going to get. So we're going to go ahead and multiply this. So times 30, we have 1,560. And I noticed that that is still pretty different from this number. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply by 40 also, just to see if we can get this problem done a little faster. And that's going to give me, oops, minus 40, 2,080. Okay, so now that my help box is created, I can go ahead and start this problem. So I look for the first number that I can take away from 2,582, and I notice that when I multiply by 40, this number is lower than that, so I'm going to multiply by 40 first. So I'm going to put times 40 on the outside. I'm always multiplying this outside number by my divisor. So 40 times 52, we already know it, it's 2,080. I go ahead and subtract, and I have 502 left. So now I look at my help box and I say, okay, I know that times 30 won't work, that's too big. Times 10 won't work, that's still too big, but I can do times 5. So I'm going to put times 5 on the outside. 52 times 5 is 260. And go ahead and subtract. I have 242. So I look, again, I can't do 260 this time, but I can do times 2. So I'm going to do times 2. I already know the product, so go ahead and write that down. I subtract. And I know that I can multiply by 2 again. So times 2 on the outside, I already know it's 104 because I created my help box. I subtract, and now I have 34. I don't have a number less than 52. 34 is less than my divisor, therefore 34 is my remainder. So now to get my quotient, I add up all the numbers on the side. 40 plus 5 is 45, plus 2, 47, 48, 49. So my answer is 49, remainder 34. I'm going to go ahead and circle that in my book. I don't care if this whole thing is in their book or not. They will need to know how to do partial quotients for the quiz, but they do need the answer circled in their book. So if you guys could do that, that would be great, or have them do that, that would be great. So hopefully you guys can use this to go over it with them tonight. And I feel like they know it. We used 2 days to go over it, but it's just going to take some time and practice. And I know that they will get better at it. I know it'll be a little bit less stressful for them. We'll soon be doing the regular standard algorithm for this, for long division. So that'll be taught next week. So if you want to get a head start, I taught a couple of them this week when some students finished early, but it's just the basic. So whatever we had, 2 divided by 52, and just knowing that you're putting both numbers, you can't put it into the first two, so you have to look at these 3. So you might want to have them box it and just say that you're putting 52 into 258 first. But seeing that seems to be a little bit difficult for them, so it's just going to take a lot of practice. So if you want to go over the 2-digit method with them, just the regular standard algorithm that you guys learned, that would be great, because that will give them a little bit of a head start and they'll be more prepared for Monday. So thanks.